Hi, I'm Farmer Samson Obole, and I want to have a short conversation. This is especially for farmers because I can see a lot of farmers going through a lot. Now, as a farmer, look at what you are doing right now and ask yourself, especially if you are a crop based farmer, you need to differentiate whether you are growing for food security or you are growing for national security. Now, you see, this may look like, what is it talking about? I mean, is food security not equal to national security? Technically, yes, but foundationally, no. When you grow for food security, what happens is whatever you grow for food security brings about profits for what you are doing. But when you grow for national security, you are growing first for sustainability, which means there needs to be somebody somewhere who eases the burden on your farm. And by that I mean you are growing crops that are not necessarily profitable to produce, but the production cannot be outsourced to other nations to ensure the security of your nation, to ensure the security of where you live in or your community. So as a farmer, you need to look at what you are growing right now. Am I growing for food security or am I growing for national security? Because when you grow for national security and you do not understand that this thing that I am doing is for national security and you are not getting subsidy for the production of that thing, you will have effort, you will have results, but your company will not be profitable. It will struggle. An example of such a crop for somebody probably wondering is maize. If you meet big time maize farmers, they will tell you maize is not that profitable. Compare a maize farmer with a tomato farmer. If you all use the same technology, same land, same everything, the tomato farmer is going to make way more profit compared to the tomato farmer makes more money compared to the maize farmer. And that is because, you see, tomatoes is a crop for food security, but maize is a crop for national security. So if you are going to do maize on a large scale to remain competitive, not just competitive, now to remain within that space of fulfillment, like your other counterparts doing other crops, you then need to have subsidy from a government to ease the burden of what you do. Same applies to rice. That is why, regardless of the many interventions that has been done on rice, it is far cheaper to import rice than to produce rice. But if you ask Nigerians, meet any young man on the street or woman and ask, when was the last time you ate rice? You realize that rice has subconsciously or systematically become one of our everyday food, right? Rice has become that thing you eat at least once a week. I remember growing up, rice used to be every Sunday only. But right now, rice is like every other day's food. But it is not most profitable for us to produce this rice. So, what does that mean essentially? It is now, but now, if we choose to say we don't want to grow rice, it means whomever gives us the rice that we eat as a nation has power over our policy because they control a major aspect of what we consume. So, rice farmers are qualified to get subsidy to grow rice so that they can compete globally. That is why you realize there was a time in the past where when our farmers are picking up, they block the borders, because if the borders are open, then we cannot compete favorably. So as a farmer, look at what you are doing right now. Are you growing for profit or are you growing for national security? Is it food security will give you profit? National security, you need subsidy to remain sustainable. So what are you growing for? You need to figure it out. It's not just about you are passionate. What are you growing for? All the best.